What happens when football royalty meets rock and roll rebellion? Cruz Beckham just gave us the answer, and it's not what anyone expected. The youngest son of David and Victoria Beckham has just dropped a bombshell that's got everyone talking, and trust me, this is one family dinner conversation that's going to be interesting. Cruz Beckham, at just 20 years old, has released not one but two new singles, and let's just say they're making waves for all the unexpected reasons. The aspiring musician has officially stepped out of his famous parents' shadow, but the direction he's chosen might have Posh and Beck's reaching for the volume control. His lead single, titled Optics, is raising eyebrows across the entertainment industry with its incredibly explicit content. We're talking about lyrics that reference recreational drug use and intimate encounters in ways that would make most parents blush, let alone two of Britain's most famous celebrities. The track opens up Cruz's world in a way nobody saw coming, painting a picture of a lifestyle that's worlds away from the polished Beckham brand we've all come to know. But here's where it gets even more interesting. Cruz isn't navigating these creative waters alone. He's been working closely with his girlfriend, Jackie Apostle, who happens to be 30 years old, making her a full decade his senior. Jackie has been instrumental in the album's development, contributing to both the music production and the visual aesthetic of the album cover. Their collaboration speaks to a partnership that's both personal and professional, and it's clear she's had a significant influence on this new artistic direction. The explicit nature of Optics is undeniable. The lyrics paint vivid pictures that leave little to the imagination, discussing everything from psychedelic experiences to graphic, intimate scenarios. It's a far cry from his first musical venture back in 2016, when he released a Christmas charity single as a teenager. That innocent beginning seems like a lifetime ago compared to where Cruz is now. Interestingly, Cruz hasn't put all his eggs in one controversial basket. His second single release, Lick the Toad, takes a slightly different approach. While still maintaining an edgy vibe, this track focuses more on nature-inspired imagery and metaphors, though the title itself certainly maintains that provocative edge he seems to be going for. It's clear Cruz is experimenting with different themes and styles as he tries to find his authentic voice in the music industry. The young musician has been strategically preparing for this moment. He's been playing intimate gigs at smaller venues around London, including a notable performance at the legendary George Tavern in East London. These aren't the massive stages his father commanded during his football career or the Fashion Week runways his mother dominated. These are small, wooden stages in packed pubs where real musicians cut their teeth and prove their worth to discerning audiences. At one of these performances, Cruz addressed the crowd with genuine emotion, thanking everyone for coming and calling the experience special. Industry insiders who attended described a nervous but determined performer who won over the audience once he found his rhythm. One source noted that while Cruz appeared anxious initially, the crowd's response was enthusiastic, and his songs proved to be genuinely catchy. His style has been compared to the indie rock movement of the 2000s, with comparisons drawn to bands like the Kooks and Kaiser Chiefs. Speaking of the Kooks, Cruz has enlisted some serious help for his musical journey. Luke Pritchard, the frontman of the Kooks, has been working with Cruz on songwriting, lending credibility and experience to the project. This collaboration suggests Cruz is serious about his craft and willing to learn from established artists rather than just relying on his famous last name. The full album promises even more material, with a tracklist that includes songs titled Waste Your Pain, John Lennon, Tie Don't Fit, For Your Love, and Yeah Yeah Yeah, alongside the already released tracks. Each title hints at the themes Cruz is exploring as he develops his artistic identity. What's particularly noteworthy is Cruz's apparent determination to make it on his own merits. Despite having access to industry connections most aspiring musicians could only dream of, insiders report that Cruz wants to work his way up through traditional channels. None of his celebrity family members attended his debut performance, which seems to be by design rather than oversight. He's deliberately choosing the harder path, playing small venues and building a following organically. His girlfriend Jackie was there though, and her emotional response to his performance was documented on social media. She admitted to crying when Cruz took the stage, later posting a heartfelt message celebrating his independence and talent. Her words emphasized that these were his songs, created by him, performed by him, highlighting the authenticity of his artistic vision. The question everyone's asking now is how David and Victoria are reacting to their youngest son's explicit artistic expression. The Beckhams have carefully cultivated a family brand over decades, balancing celebrity with relatability, glamour with groundedness. Cruz's new direction represents a significant departure from that carefully managed image. Will they support his artistic freedom, or will there be some uncomfortable conversations behind closed doors? It's worth noting that this isn't entirely unprecedented in celebrity families. Many children of famous parents have pushed boundaries and explored edgier artistic territories as they establish their own identities separate from their family legacy. Cruz appears to be following that path, using his music to assert his independence and showcase a side of himself the public hasn't seen before. The timing is also interesting. At 20 years old, Cruz is at that pivotal age where young adults are defining who they are beyond their childhood identities. For someone who's grown up entirely in the public eye as part of one of Britain's most famous families, this musical venture represents a bold statement of independence and self-definition. As Cruz Beckham steps into the spotlight with his provocative new music, one thing is certain: he's not playing it safe. Whether this gamble pays off remains to be seen, but you can't fault him for commitment. The Beckham legacy just got a whole lot more interesting, and we'll all be watching to see what happens next. This is one family story that's far from over.